Hello, I'm Dr. Annadale, and I teach philosophy at Mount St. Mary's University and Seminary in Emmitsburg, Maryland. Today, I want to talk about an article titled Frivolous, Humanities Helped Prisoners Survive in Communist Romania. It was published on Zocalo Public Square, May 25, 2016, by IRINA DUMITRESCU, a Romanian immigrant to Canada who now teaches medieval literature at the University of Bonn. A link is below. Even after she fell in love with English literature in college, Dumitrescu couldn't shake the view that the humanities were still somehow superfluous. Then, when she was 20, she spent a summer working at the Canadian Embassy in Bucharest. She learned there the story of a coworker's father-in-law, a literature student who was imprisoned and tortured by the communist regime in the late 40s and early 50s. She writes, "In order to maintain his sanity, the young man turned to education. He knew French, his cellmate knew English, so they spent their captivity teaching one another their foreign languages. After his release, the student was forced to work in a factory, where he met a woman who had also studied literature and been imprisoned as a result. Neither could marry other people with clean records for fear of ruining their files with the government, so they married each other. Their apartment in Bucharest became a kind of salon, with artists and writers always coming and going. This man, who had learned English in a jail cell, ultimately became a literary translator of English poetry. When I heard this story," Dumitrescu writes, "I understood that the stereotype of the fluffy, useless liberal arts was a lie. If the study of literature or history were really that pointless, a government trying to control the minds of its subjects would not go to the trouble of putting humanities students and professors in jail. For educated prisoners, the love of language, art, and scholarship was no mere hobby. It was a lifeline, sometimes the only thread tying them to their identities, their dignity, their shredded sense of humanity. Nothing could be more practical." Years later, Dumitrescu read various Romanian prison memoirs, published after the 1989 revolution. They told stories of how prisoners taught each other languages and composed and memorized poetry as ways of holding on to their sanity and their connection with the past. These stories from Romania helped her to understand the true value of the liberal arts, which goes far beyond job preparation and skills building. She concludes, "We have been taught to think of the liberal arts as unnecessary and wasteful. But memoirs of the Romanian Gulag showed me what a dangerous lie this is. Educated political prisoners drew on rich inner resources to preserve their sanity and their spirits. They used their knowledge to help their fellow inmates survive as well. Their experiences reveal what the attack on the humanities really is. It is an attack on the ability to think, criticize, and endure in crisis, and its virulence betrays how vital the liberal arts are. The political rhetoric against the humanities exposes what is most important in our education, even as it tries to destroy it." That's from IRINA Dumitrescu's article, Frivolous, Humanities Helped Prisoners Survive in Communist Romania, on zocalopublicsquare.org. Please follow the link to read the whole thing, and please share this article with anyone you think would like to read it. Thanks very much for watching. Goodbye.